Hello everyone, and welcome back to 4 Kilobyte Shorts Let's Play of Kerbal Space Program with Kerbal Space Adventures. I had a plan, and that plan fell apart. Only because everyone's been saying, hey, switch to 0.19, switch to 0.19. It's like, oh, yeah, you know, okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll do that. And so I moved all of my mods over, and I even moved all of my save files over, and everything looks like it works. It really does. It actually looks like it works, except that when I begin to add things, like when I build certain ships or use certain parts, it begins to do weird things, like it'll make the floor texture turn black. I go outside and the cameras are all fuzzy and don't work. The burn physics, I actually did a test where I brought one of these little pods down, and the atmosphere disappeared and turned completely black with no stars. And then when the burn physics turned on for this, it just turned the whole thing one big purple blob. And as soon as they shut off, it went back to its normal texture. So one of the mods I'm using has a texture, has texture glitchiness, and I need all the mods in order to continue Kerbal Space Adventures where we left off. So for that reason, we are still in 0.18, but I sort of had a plan. I had a plan slash issue, I guess you could say. I had an idea. Like, I was thinking to myself, hey, I'll just finish I'll finish the Kerbal system in 0.18, and then I'll switch over to I'm looking for something again. Pardon me. I'll switch over to... Nope, that wasn't it. Anyway, I'll switch over to 0.19 as soon as we go out of system. But then I thought, well, why don't we just surprise everybody? Why don't we have a good time and surprise everybody? And what I'll do is I'll do 0.1... I'll do min-miss, because that's where we're going next, of course. I'll do min-miss in 0.19, and we'll do a round trip, and then we'll come back, and we'll do the burn-in physics, and be like, yay, look at that, we did this whole awesome thing. But then I found those errors, and I was like, it won't work. It won't work. So for that reason, we are still in 0.18. Now what I'm doing here is, since as I just said, wow, I'm not doing this right. As I just said, I designed a rocket specifically for the purpose of going to min-miss, turning around, and then coming back. And so I had several what's the word I'm looking for? Positions, things, stages. Wow, I'm like so out of it. I had several stages, and that's what I'm doing here. Is I'm building the rocket in reverse. But as I'm building it, I'm realizing that one of the issues I had was getting to the anomaly. There's only one anomaly on min-miss. I know what it is. I don't like what it is. Anyway, I know what it is. But we have to go. We have to go see min-miss anomaly. We can't be skimping, right? You got to do it right. You got to do it all. So, we got to get to the anomaly, and I was like, okay, well, we'll do a lander. We'll land near it, and then we'll fly off. And then I thought, well, you know, that might not be 100%. You know, I might not be able to do it that way. So maybe we'll take a rover. And then I thought about that. And I thought, yeah, take the rover. Yeah. So it's sort of 50-50 whether I want to do this with the staging and the return, or if I just want to take a ship out there with a rover on it and be done with it that way. So I'm sort of having a conundrum a little bit in that regard. And as you can see, I'm building this thing in stages using decouplers, which, you know, works actually better than you'd think it would. But yeah, so I'm thinking that we're gonna have to rethink this a little bit, because what you want to do and what you're going to do are, of course, two different things. So let us rethink slightly. We don't want a base on min-miss. That's the thing. I don't want a base. And I was thinking, you know, leave the lander or return the lander. If you return the lander, yay, you can come back to Kerbin and land, but without the burn physics, there's really no reason to do that. And I know it sounds really silly. It's like, why would you leave your Kerbin on another planet? Well, we've been doing that since Duna. I know with the other ones that they've been bases, but this is not even worthy of a base. So, you know what? We'll do it like this then. Okay, like I said, I'm having trouble. 0.18, I'm still having trouble. We will do it like this then. Yeah, we all remember this. Alright, so we need... What do we need? Alright, it's over here. I'll figure it out, don't worry about it. Let's see, this is the power plant module. How much does it weigh? 8.5? No. Recon, done. Yep. There you go. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Alright, along with this we need what? What? Legs. We need legs, of course we need legs. We need real legs, not those fake legs. That's right, we need legs look like this. Alright. And then from here, we're going to try to do this. No. Yep. Nope. Heck, no. Yeah. I'll figure it out. Okay, and then. See, it doesn't snap though. I don't know why it doesn't snap, but it doesn't. Oh well. Alright, and then from here we want to do again with another one. And then from there, yeah, from there we want to do the rover. Is that right? The ant. See, now someone said you can do this. I'm not 100% on that. I'm actually really nervous about using this, but we're going to try it. No. I want the other thing. Yeah. Is that good? Centered? Pretty centered. And it's not intersecting the back, I don't think. So we're okay there. So now I want this. Oh, wait, I don't think I can attach anything to it now. Crud. Whoa, gigantic. Yeah, I can't attach anything to it now. So we will do it this way, maybe? Yeah. Weirdness, but whatever. Well, we used to be able to do it like this, right? I think. I remember. I hope I think I know. Right? Alright, teeny tiny battery. Which goes like so. Okay, teeny tiny battery, and then we want a mech jet. Mech jet. Which goes like so. Bam! Check it out. Alright, and then we wanted a solar panel. That's what we usually put on here. Teeny tiny solar panel. Things acting so bad right now. Being all childish. Alright, and we'll actually spin that one like this and put it like that. There we go. Done. Alright, and then we take the rover as a whole. And we come back down here. And we put it on that, right? Yay! Look at that. Okay, now, someone said that this is the way you can do it. I hope you can. Best guess you can. I don't know. It's hard to trust it, but that's the way we're going to do it. Alright, now we need to be able to land this silly thing, which means we need engines on it. And engines on it is will be here. Alright, well, we'll use the, yeah, these ones or these ones? 0.9, 1.1, 0.9, 1.1. These ones are actually better in a vacuum a little bit. We want to do that, and then we want 4 of them. Because 4 will be evened up. 4 is also exactly where your legs are, but hey, whatever. We've landed him like this before. We can do it again. Alright, so something looks like that is really what we're looking for. We're not going to worry about power plant. We are going to stick solar panels over the door. That joke never gets old. We are going to stick solar panels on it, but not over the door. Alright, another thing we kind of want is this thing to stop wigging out on me. Okay. We have these little itty bitty lights, and are they not going to work? Okay, they don't interact very well with this, which is unfortunate, but they're actually really cool lights. They're just little point lights, and they work really well, but they're not going to work on here, so we're not going to worry about that. What we will worry about is my original concern, which is the solar panels, and we don't want to put those over anything important. So we'll do 2 here, and here. And that should be enough. And we could put more up here, but then I just start getting nervous. Like so. A little wobbly, uneven. Yeah. I don't know why they're wobbling like that. They've been acting funny. They've been acting really funny since, I don't know. They've just been acting funny. I don't want to deal with things that are acting funny. Stop acting funny. Okay, now we need 1 ladder. Perfect, and then we need a couple of ladders down here to even it all out, which was under utility, right? Okay, so one ladder here, and then one ladder just below that, so they connect nice and even. Boom! There we go. Alright, and the door shouldn't be occluded, or whatever they want to call it. The door shouldn't be jammed. The whole thing weighs 15 tons, which is about as much as a probe. Not bad. Big probe. So I think this is going to be our ship-ish, our thing, our flight to another world. This is going to be our Minmus landing utility unit, or whatever you want to call it. There you go. A little heavy, but it works. They're very simplistic. I know this has fuel in it, and it has, what, 2,656 at 70 seconds? That is enough to get us on to Minmus, and maybe enough to even take us off again, but we're going to need a return trip. Before we do that, though, I need to figure out a way. I need to figure out, like, a thing. We need to put a rocket under this first. That's step one. Once we get a rocket under this, we'll figure out the rest. So for now, for this moment, I'm going to go ahead and pause, and we're going to get a rocket under this. And depending on how, I'm thinking of two different ways to do it. One is take it into orbit and attach a ship to it and then fly it out, or attach a ship to it, fly it up, and then just go from there. And I'm thinking for weight purposes, we may want to actually leave it in orbit and dock with it. Ooh, yeah, I know, right? So that may be where we're going with this. I don't know. But we'll go ahead and pause here so I can figure it out. I'll pause, I'll build a rocket under this. We'll see how heavy it is, how high we can get it. If it works, then we'll leave it as is. If not, then we'll do some editing. So I'll see you guys in a few seconds. Alright everyone, here we are out on the launch pad. We have Nedzi and Melgun Kerman with us today. We need to close our garage. And we're heading towards Minmus. And Minmus is actually pretty fast. And we're not going there now, so strangely enough, we don't even really need this. We can turn it off. Oh, we'll leave it on. No, we can turn it off. Yeah, turn it off. Alright, let's readjust this, get it where we need it. We don't need the translatron right now. And I think we're good to go for everything else. So, yeah, I figured out what we're going to do. We're just going to launch this, and then we're going to use a hitchhiker to get it to where we need it to go. So for now, this is what we're taking up. So we will go, I guess we'll just go. So let's go and let's see if we get this thing to work. It's actually very light, almost too light, in fact, for those mini engines. But hopefully we'll be able to get it up there without too much difficulty. Provided our first stage goes well, then I'll see you guys in orbit where we can get everything done up proper like. So I'll see you guys there. Alright everyone, here we are in orbit. I was able to set us up a burn that brings us within 1.5 million meters. 1.5 million, no, million meters? Yeah, million meters. Brings us to within 1.5 million meters of Minmus. And it only takes 959.4 meters per second, which is more than enough than we have in this tank. Now, for whatever reason, I don't think MechJeb is actually coping with this engine. Like, it's not even, like, including that engine, or unless it's including this fuel in this engine. I don't know. I don't think so. But that's a possibility. I hope not. But in any case, we can at least get this thing to Minmus, and then from there we'll deal with the return trip via the hitchhiker. So we don't actually have to use the hitchhiker to get it out there, which is great. So we have 21 minutes. Let's go ahead and fast forward through that. Super fun. We'll be on the dark side here in a minute, unfortunately. Once again, since this is 0.18, we will not be seeing the darkness as a problem so much as, yeah, we'll still be seeing the bleed through with the sunlight, which is, you know, one day they'll have all of the mods we need, or we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Okay, we got about 1 minute. Let's get ourselves back in alignment, like so. And how much power do we have? Oh, we got 250, 247, and 250 with 1 minute, and that big engine will set us up some electricity, so we're okay. We are okay. So let's keep going. 20 seconds. 10, I think. We'll just start burning now. And go, go, go. There we go. So there's the start of our burn. We'll try to keep it as straight as possible. And we'll keep an eye down here where this says min-miss to see if that thing gets down to 1.7 million meters. And hopefully we don't encounter the moon. I was doing my very best to miss a moon encounter, but it is on that side of the planet along with min-miss, which makes it kind of difficult. Ooh, where are we? That was a moon encounter, wasn't it? Yeah, okay, that was the moon. We are encountering the moon. No good. Let's keep going. $6.43 million? No. We need to go past the moon, we really do. Oh, 1.7 million. There it is. There it is. So we're going to skirt past the moon, and we're going to go right to Minmus-ish. It's not 100%, but that's about where we're going. Let's, actually, let's... Yeah, it's going to be wigging out for a little bit, because we are, like, right on the edge of a capture. But that's okay. That's okay. We will quick save here really fast. Let's see. Still fuel? Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, we're okay. Alright, we'll figure that part out, like I said. Alright, and here we go. We're going to fly really close to the moon on this one, though. So there's the moon. The camera should flip here any minute, if it hasn't already. I think it already did. Must have missed it. Yeah, we missed our encounter with the moon. Like, are we sure? Yeah, we're sure. Okay, we'll keep going. Go a little bit faster. Oop. There we go. Yeah, so there's the moon. Bye, moon, with all your cool stuff on you that we left behind. Not that close. Not that close. A little close, but not that close. Okay. Let's take a look. Let's center ourselves where we're supposed to be, and we'll zoom our way in really quick. Oh. Now, just before we get captured, let's take a look. Minus? No, moon. No. Moon that way. Me talk good. Yeah, there's Kerbin, and the moon will be there. So yeah, that's Minmus right there, right in front of us. Was in front. Yeah, right there. Right there. That should be Minmus right there. I think. You know what? Now I don't even know. That's gotta be it. Yeah, it's just the shadowing is really weird. Alright. So let's go, go, go. Get captured really quick. And... okay, there we go. Alright, now we have to figure out a slow down method. Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Alright. Whoa, 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 too much. 34,000? 70,000? 50,000. Okay, 50,000. Oh yeah, I can go with 50,000. That's 252 meter per second burn. Not bad. Not bad, not bad. So we'll quick save. And we find our burn point. Which should... No, that's Kerbin. That's Kerbin. Ah, there he is. There it is. Alright, our burn point should be opposite where we're currently pointing. So that'd be this way. There it is. Wow, almost dead on. We're like going straight backwards. Oop, 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 oop. Alright, cool. Alright, we'll zoom it up because this is going to be an hour. Actually, let's let's quick save. There we go. Then we'll zoom it up a little bit so we don't screw this up. Zoom. Whoa. 50? Okay. Yeah, we are way out here, aren't we? 30? 20? Oh, there we go. 8. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're down to 1 minute. And 30 seconds. Close enough. Close enough. Let's do a teeny tiny burn here. And Okay, so I'm not sure, but we have something going on. No, we're good. Okay. I'm not sure how to read that data up there when it comes to the periapsis and apoapsis of my... Oh, there it is. So, oh, okay, we got a big round orbit. Cool. And we'll just do this. Okay, so it's going to take a teeny tiny bit of burn. 3, 2, 1... 40. 40. Okay, 40 is good. We're good for 40, and then we'll loop around and go back the other way. So, we want to turn ourselves around, believe it or not. Are we still good for fuel? Oh, still good for fuel. I'm waiting for it to start pulling fuel out of this, and I don't like that idea, but it might happen. I don't know. Alright, so we want to go here, and then from here, we want to just zoop around. So we will do so. We will zoop around and see Minmus from the other side. Eventually. Wow, we are way out here. Oh, we're in a polar orbit, aren't we? Oops, my bad. We may have to fix that. So there's Minmus floating around underneath us. We're like moving at like 20 meters per second, if you can believe that. We are moving so slow. Alright, there we go. Only 120, 130 meters per second? Wow, terrible. Minmus is a very tiny planetoid. Okay. Now we need time to apoapsis is 70 some odd seconds. Like 72 seconds. Yeah. Okay, we need time to periapsis, which is 300 and something. Right? That's what we need, I think. Remember? Yeah, time to ooh, wow, periapsis. Okay. Oh, there it is. I'm like, okay, it says we're in the dirt, but we're not. We're going to try to do this by the seat of our pants. We're not going to use the mechanicalness just yet. So let's... 300, 200, 100, 20 seconds. 20 seconds is good enough for me. So let's roll ourselves over this way. And we just start a little itty bitty bitty burn. Like so. And that should bring our apoapsis down very quickly. 2, 100, 1 something, 90, 80, 70, 40, and 48. Try to round it out. How's that? 43. Close enough. Because the other one dropped to 40. So we're at 40 by 40-ish. Alright, so that's done. That's actually pretty simple. We have a ton of fuel left, too. That's also very awesome. For many reasons, including the fact that we can adjust our orbit to bring us over the top of... Anybody else notice an issue here? Little one, maybe? Maybe the missing GPS unit? Maybe? Yes! All this way, all this flight time, no GPS unit. No GPS unit means we don't know where we're at on the moon. Meaning crap. Alright, so we have to determine a way to salvage this issue. Salvage. Okay, well, I think I have an idea. A little one, at least. So we'll do that, and, so we're gonna leave, Netzi here and Melgan right here in orbit around Minmus, just kind of floating for the moment, because my bad, I completely blew it, and I forgot. I put the protractor on there, and I didn't put a GPS unit. I knew I'd forgotten something, but for whatever reason, it just did not occur to me to put one on. I have no idea why. But we will leave them here floating in just such a way, and then we will bring out a rescue pod, because I'm not going to cancel this flight. This is actually an okay flight. We did really good. We got out here with a lot of fuel left, and I'm having an idea, and as long as you have an idea, you're good to go. So, I will see you guys back inside the hangar. and we will do our best to repair this issue and get Nedzi and Milgan back on track for their mission like they're supposed to be. So I will see you guys there.